everybody, it's Aaronator here. We got our 19th episode of our New Year Calendars franchise mode here on the PS4, guys. In the last episode, we went and finished up the Year 4 playoffs with your New Year Calendars. Make sure you go check out the last episode because it was really hype, and link will be down in the description down below. It was tough. We ended up losing to the eventual Stanley Cup champions, the Washington Capitals, in 6 games. John Tavares and the New Year Calendars, unfortunately, they have to look towards the future now and just be optimistic about our younger players, I would say. Tavares really didn't have the kind of playoff run we were hoping for. He was a -4, only 1 goal in 13 games. Out of your top guy, you know you got to see better statistics there. So I would say, it was a bit of a hiccup for this team. We still made it to the second round, which was an improvement over last year. We just need to keep on building on this. And the biggest thing that we need to worry about is keeping this core together because we have a lot of contracts coming up this year, namely some of our top guys being Jonas Brodin, one of our top penalty killers in, where is he? He's down here. Josh Bailey, he did not have a point, but as you can see, -1. He's still a very strong defensive player for us. We're probably going to end up losing Brandon Montour, and we have a goaltending situation that we need to take care of because of all these cap problems. So we are going to be simming straight up to the draft. We're going to get the off-season done in this episode. That will be the plan. We got a lot of big moves to make, so just sit down, get some popcorn, and as they all say, with the popcorn. Just get the popcorn. Get it ready because there's going to be lots of big moves here. So we're going to start off with, retired players. So let's see. Any big names retiring? Nobody for the Islanders. Goalies, Cam Talbot early? No? Okay, so I didn't think so. That's good. We do have Cam Talbot here for another year. He will be our starting goaltender next year. That is the plan. Henrik Lundqvist, Lettinen, Mike Smith, Antti Niemi, and Brad Thiessen. Top 5 goalies, and your only 5 goalies retiring. That's a good career for Lundqvist there. Now we don't have to worry about him in our division anymore, which is nice. Now we got Patty Marleau. We got the Sedin twins actually retiring at the same time. Not for the same teams, but at the same time. That's a start. Good job, EA. You got Zetterberg, you got Rick Nash, you got Jeff Carter. Got lots of good players here. Koivu, Brent Burns. That's a big name there. Any games played, guys, that would be top end over here. Williams, got Verbata, Seabrook, Phaneuf, who was traded in a humongous trade. That was really unexpected. Well, I mean, they were talking about how LA wanted Dion Phaneuf, but I didn't expect it to happen just because of that big contract. But I mean, LA likes all their big contracts, so they can do whatever they want with it. It was a crazy move. But let's get back to it. Pro Scout, we will update our trading block right now. Might as well get it out of the way. I do have a couple names. You guys have, of course, left your comments down below on guys that we should be looking to trade. One of your notable names was Josh Hosang, and you guys were saying that his numbers over the past couple of seasons haven't been that great. Not in the season, not in the playoffs. He's getting paid 4.3 for 3 more years. 25 years old, 84 overall. And his offensive stats, they look really good. His defensive awareness is not quite where we'd like it to be. But if you look at his numbers in the season, he did have a bit of a drop-off. Not as many goals, not as many points. He was a +18, though, this year. 14 points on the power play. It takes about 100 shots, not too bad. His takeaway to giveaway ratio is pretty good. In the playoffs, same thing. Takeaway to giveaway ratio, good. And he was a plus player for us. 4 points in 13 games. If I can keep him, I'm going to try and keep him. I would probably look at trading Jordan Eberle before that because Eberle has 1 more year left after this, and we're going to have to lose him anyways. So that would kind of be my mindset, but I think I'm going to try and keep them both because they're both big pieces for us. We need to keep our forward core together, needs to be the biggest thing. Our top 4 defensemen and preferably a number 5 guy in Carlo needs to stay, and then we have to have a goalie. So if you guys haven't been able to tell when I said that we need to figure out our goaltending situation, Sorokin is going to have to go on the block. I'm not putting him on the block though. I do have a trade pretty much already in mind. I have the team in mind, and I've pre-scouted their roster, and I see a couple guys that I'm looking at that I might be wanting to acquire. So I have a team in mind for Sorokin. We're going to be moving him because we won't be. Actually, no, he's a UFA, so I'm not even sure if we're going to be able to trade him, but we're going to try and move him if we can. But what we're going to do is we're going to put, where is he? He's probably down a bit lower. Adam Henrique. This is the one guy that I am going to look to trade. I wasn't able to find a trading partner. Well, I could, and I couldn't find a trading partner for him. I'm going to let other teams just kind of make their offers for Henrique. If it's a draft pick, I'm okay with that. We could use a couple more prospects. I would like to draft a couple more forwards because we don't have anybody in the system too big right now. And do we have any other guys that we should entertain offers on? I know one of you guys, you said Panarin is a guy we should look at. No, it doesn't make sense. He's 4 years, 7 million, prime guy. He's, didn't have as quite good offensive numbers as we like to see, but I mean, he was, I think he's been an effective player for us. So I'm going to keep him for now. I think that we need to keep our forward core together, and I think he's a big piece in that forward core, along with Middlestat and Svechnikov, and of course our leader John Tavares. So I don't see any other guys that I'm really looking to trade at the moment. I guess I can throw Brandon Montour on the block, and I might as well throw Sorokin on the block if I can get something for him. So we'll do that. Yeah, we have our younger prospects and such. I'm going to take off our first round pick because I do not want to give it away at the moment for this year. And then we do have, let's see, we have some assets here that we could look at. What do we want? Top 4 D-man? No, we want a first line forward. Actually, I know it's going to take that away. So let me just quickly take that out of the way. We're going to go forwards, first line forwards, always looking for top line guys. And of course, defense, we are going to look for top 2 defensemen, just in case any offers come around. And current picks that we are willing to take on, I will definitely take on a second for this year. So that may be for Adam Henrique. But anyways, that should be good. I seem to be happy with what we got now, so we're just going to exit out of that, and we're going to go straight into the draft from here, because we finished up all of our end-of-season routine in the last episode, so we can just go right into the draft, no problems. And yeah, so we have a big re-signing stage that we're going to have to worry about as well, but we're just going to take it one thing at a time. We're going to start with the draft and see if we can get some good pickups here. So let's check out some of the top guys here. We got Scott Anderson, heck of a sniper, it seems. Ovechkin-esque, the Canadian boy, Anderson. So not a bad pickup. We're obviously not going to be able to acquire him unless we trade one of our picks, or trade to move up. But I'm going to pass on that. We already do have Svechnikov and Tavares. I'm okay with what we got. Defense, I just don't see anybody too worthy that I'm really, aside from Anderson, who's the first overall pick. I don't see anybody else that is really available. Any other prospects draftable in the later rounds? 6th round goalie, high starter. He might be a fringe starter. I'm gonna pass on that for now. I'll just go to projected, and we will go and we'll just go into the draft right with what we have. So we're gonna go sim some of these first picks. Anderson, 80 overall. I'll check out his stats, just him. Adam Henrique for a 45th overall pick from Florida, 21. The 2021 draft. It is this year. I'm gonna pass for a moment, I think, just because I'd like to see if we can get a higher pick. But if not, then I'll just accept that trade. Maybe throw in another asset. But yeah, Florida, got to remember that. So Anderson, let's quickly look at what his stats are actually like. Holy moly, 4.5-star shot coming out of the draft, 86 offensive awareness. He's a stud. The Rangers really needed that, so good for them. And you know what? Let's take a quick look at this Cooper guy as well. Good power forward, all-around stats, not too bad right wing. Looks like they could be making a couple shakeups in their lineup because they're not looking too good. There's a big pickup for the New Jersey Devils. They get the center playmaker elite potential guy, and he's going to be going to their team, and Calgary missed out on that big time. But they got a defenseman, so I'm sure that's what they wanted. So let's just sim to user pick. We got the first couple picks out of the way, Henrique, and if we get 10 picks up, which is close to a first round pick, then we can get a 4th round pick, or we can give up our 4th round pick. I'm going to try and see if I can get rid of that 4th. Just because I'd like to see if I can just get that. Vancouver will take it, just 35th overall pick for Adam Henrique. they accept it. So we get a very high pick there. That's nice to see. We can see if we can draft some guys, but we need to move out some cap. I did my calculations. Approximately, we're not going to be able to get the guys we want. So a couple elite potential guys there. I doubt that they're necessarily going to be elite potential, but there are some pretty good guys there. We could be in need for some more centers. It's always nice to have more centers, and we could use another goalie prospect. You can never have too many of those, and especially with Sorokin probably on his way out, we could probably use a goalie. There's a couple goalies down there actually, a couple high fringe starters. So that's interesting. Any guys up here? Yes. You got some top 6 guys. Got top 4 D-man. Center sniper Renegald Eves from the Vancouver Giants of WHL. He has some pretty good stats. 18 years old, exact top 6 forward. I think I got to go with him. There are a couple guys here, 19 years old. He doesn't have too bad of stats. High top 6 is there as well. And Peverly, he's also low top 9, but we haven't scouted much of him, so not sure about that. The defenseman doesn't look too bad. I think I might just have to go for the exact top 6 though, because I don't see too many other guys there that we can draft. Is he the best prospect available? Yes, he is, pretty much. We don't have any other guys scouted that are like exact guys. So I think I am going to go with the center sniper. We could use another scorer here, and I mean, potential overall, everything looks good. Renegald Eves of the Vancouver Giants, welcome to the New York Islanders. So 58 overall, not too bad. And we can go and see, because I believe we have another draft pick here. Yes, we do. So one of the goalies we've taken, medium starter, 65 overall, not too shabby. A couple guys here. If we look at who else we missed out on, another top 6 guy, Byers. That was the center playmaker. Peverly, there's the guy we hadn't scouted, the defenseman, and another one of the snipers. Not too bad, but all like medium top 9, medium top 6 for the defenseman and forward prospects. So no top end guys, but I think I might want to draft a goalie, and with this pick. We got 2 high fringe starters. Probably my guess is they're going to be starters. And then there's a high elite here, goalie. He has some good stats. He's 19 years old. A lot of you guys were saying that I should go after the higher rated stat guys. And if they're older, that's 100% okay. You should actually go after the older guys. And I would agree. I have seen more of those guys kind of turn out to be guys that we like. But just because of this, just because there's an off chance that this guy may actually be an elite prospect, I think I'm going to go with him. I think you guys would agree. I mean, unless I just mess up with this pick completely. But he's going to be a starting goalie at least, because it is high elite. He's only going to move down by 1 potential overall, I guess you would call it. Like, he'll move from elite to starter, or he'll be elite, or maybe he'll be a low franchise or something. Who knows? But we're going to go with the Canadian guy. What's his name? We got Tyson Fritz, 6'5", nice big goalie, and he's a medium elite. So nice pickup there, 59 overall, and a great pick there. I like that. So we can go and see if we can get another guy with the pick that we got from the Adam Henrique trade, a 4th, and we trade away Tom's. This doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna decline it because Tom's was a very good young defenseman for us. Make sure that's on decline, and that's good. So we got some more starting potential goalies, and we can just go and see what else we got here. So there's another goalie there. There's Sommers, high top 9 sniper. Maybe go with the older guys. So let me quickly go down the list and see if there's anybody with some rating and overall potential. Just pretty much getting to the end of the draft. There's a couple 20-year-olds there, but I think I'm going to go take my chances with, where is he? The right-handed two-way defender, Kent Linzen. I like that. So we'll see what he's looking like. And a low, oh wow, a low elite defenseman, 61 overall. That's a pretty good pickup for us. That's really good, actually. I like the statistics and I like the potential. I like all about it. That's a great pickup for us, I'd say. Mullen, the offensive defenseman, he had the low top 4. That wouldn't have been a bad pickup either, but yeah, that's good. That's good. We can just go and see what else we got. We do not want to give up more draft picks just to move up. We're okay with the draft picks we have. A 70 overall guy with medium top 4 potential we missed out on. That's unfortunate. I really would have liked that. Oh my gosh. Medium elite offensive defenseman Omar, 77 overall. We may have I think we had an opportunity to draft that guy. That's unfortunate that we did not get him. Samuelson, Oh man, 20 years old, medium elite potential. That's another good pickup. I think Naslin 69. Wow, these are some late steals here. Well, not late, but I mean, oh my gosh, another defenseman, Paulson 72 overall. We're getting into like some top prospects here. So I may just go for take a gamble on like a older guy here. If we can get someone with a higher rating, like that would be good. We go with the two-way forward or the playmaker. Why not go with the Czech playmaker? I think, or this two-way forward. I'm gonna go with the guy who's who's higher rated on the board. So we're gonna go with the 20-year-old Pavlek, and we get a medium top 6. Oh my gosh, 69 overall. What a steal! 69 overall. Good offensive stats. Defensive awareness isn't really where I'd want it to be. Otherwise, he'd probably be an even bigger steal. But that's a great pickup. If we can get another one of these guys, I am down. I am super down. We are just gonna go for the oldest guys right here. Next pick, we're going to go with it again. We're going to try it because it seems to be working. We got a playmaker too. Low top 9. Any higher rated guys? 74 overall Nielsen. Wow. He was a steal. Anybody else here? 66 overall Strojan. He was pretty good too, but we got a great pickup there. I want to see if we can get another guy there. Someone with overall or potential. I would take either. But we're going to hope for the overall rated guys because that's pretty good. I'm going to go with another defenseman. We're just going to take another chance on him. Where was he? Not Stewart. The Danish guy. Mike Walsh. And he's a defensive defenseman. So we will take that. Make the pick. High top 6. 64 overall. Wow. We are actually getting a heck of a draft here. So I will take that. Wow. We are actually... This is probably one of the best drafts I've ever seen. But like the 20-year-olds, you guys are good with the higher rated, higher overall guys. Yeah, I like that. Let's go with another Canadian boy, Leclerc. Bottom 6, 59 overall. That's unfortunate. But you know what? I'm okay with the draft we've had. We've done pretty well considering. So, and we're not really supposed to be a huge drafting team, but I mean, you see teams in real life like Tampa with those high guys. So it's good to have him. Smiles, 20 years old. I think we might as well take him. Another defensive defenseman from Norway. Medium top 6. 64 overall, not too bad. So we're getting some higher rated guys. I think I like that. And they have some potential as well. So that's good to see. We can pretty much make our last pick here in the 7th round. We're just going to go with one of these guys. We might as well go for a forward. We need some more forwards. Right winger, 19 years old, power forward, W. King. A low elite, 56 overall. Wow. That is just, wow. That's crazy. That's a heck of a draft. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to get Sorokin. If we can sign him, I will. But he's my least priority guy, unfortunately. Same situation with Montour, but I think I'm just going to go with what we got. We just got to sign our top guys like Svechnikov, and Brodin's the biggest one. So I'm just going to do the re-signs here nice and quick, and then you guys can see afterwards, after I'm done all that, who we got. All right, I finished up the signings that we have that are our main priority guys like Brodin and Svechnikov, and I gave a couple other deals to guys like just Josh Bailey and some of our younger prospects. So we have just over $20 million in cap space left to sign these guys. So we're going to advance the day and see if we can get them all under contract. That would be huge. Brodin says he wants to test the free agent market this offseason. That's not good. His offer was rejected. I gave him a deal. He wanted 4 years, so I gave him 4 years at 6.5. That unfortunately wasn't the case. We're going to have to give him a bit more. I do not want him to go to free agency, so we may have to give him somewhere closer to the $7 million range. That's all right. We'll just keep on looking here. Kiefer Bellows, he did want to re-sign with us, but we do, and he's a UFA because he's a created player, and I had to create him at the time of this GM mode being started, or franchise mode. And so basically we need to sign him as a UFA, which I don't like that in this game. If you guys know how to make your created players automatic RFAs, I would appreciate that, but otherwise it's annoying. But yeah, so basically we can't we have to try and sign him so then he just comes back. But yeah, we're gonna have to give him a bit more. He wanted 2 years. I gave him I think I gave him $4 million. So we might have to give him a bit more. Josh Bailey, he rejected. I was trying to go really cheap with Bailey. I went 1 year at 2.5, even though he wanted 2 years at 3.3. So we're gonna have to go a bit closer to what he wants. Pavlek, 69 overall. We got him. We got the Svechnikov deal done, so that's nice. We got him for actually a really good deal. We got him at like 4 years he wanted, and I got him for $5.5 million. So that's a pretty good deal for us. W. Bitten, 74 overall. We got him signed again. Parker Weatherspoon, I believe it is. We got him on a nice two-way deal, and if he goes to the minors, then we won't have to pay him as much. If he plays on our team, then that's good too. He could be our number 6 defenseman based on our cap problems, but. Yeah, that's it looks like we got some good guys signed, but now we have 16 and a half. We still need to get these players signed. So let me just do some more calculating and see if I can get them signed. Okay, so finished up our second phase of trying to sign guys. So we're going to advance the date and see if we get them on our team for the deals, give them a bit more money, and Bodine is still not accepting. Kiefer Bellows accepted his deal. That's good to hear. And Josh Bailey still rejected. So we're going to go back at it again. Third time is the charm with our two UFAs, Josh Bailey and Jonas Brodin. We are going to see if we can get them acquired now. Jonas Brodin still rejected. Josh Bailey still rejected. Great! All right, so I might as well show you guys what I have gotten so far. We do still have a couple more days to try and sign these guys. I've slowly upped my trade, like my money with Brodin. I gave him 6.75 and then 6.875. And now we're just kind of going a bit by bit, and I think I'm just going to have to go 7 million on this one. So we're going to go try 7 million on Brodin. It seems fair. He's getting as much as Panarin, so hopefully that works. And then we got Josh Bailey that we still want to offer a contract to. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to. And I'm not sure if it's worth it. Like, I'm not sure if I want Case and Bouvillier or if I want Bailey. We already lost one of our top penalty killers in Adam Henrique. I'm not sure I want to lose Josh Bailey because I kind of did a little depth chart, and I actually have it even on my laptop at who I'm kind of looking at keeping. Andre Case, I'm just going to say right now, he wants too close to $2 million for being a number 4 guy. I'm going to release him right now. I'm not going to qualify him because qualifying would mean that we'd be willing to pay what we basically gave him the previous year, and I'm pretty sure that was close to 1.75. And right now we can't do that, so I'm going to release him. Left wingers, we have Josh Bailey, so we have to sign him. Centerman, Forsback Carlson. He is a kind of guy that I'd like to bring back again. Same with Bouvillier, but I'm not sure what's happening. Like Bouvillier, if we can get him for a good deal, 1.2, something like that. But we still don't know what we have out of Brodin. So we're gonna go Bailey, and we're gonna try and get him one more time. I think like I've gone at 2.875, 2.95, just saving a little money here and there. We're going to try it, and if it doesn't work, then we may need to go 3 million max, I'd say, with Bailey, and if he doesn't accept that, we may have to move on, unfortunately. So, advance a day. Can we get these guys signed? Jonas Brodin accepted. Good. 7 million is what it took, and Josh Bailey accepted, just below 3 million. So, we got them signed. That's good. We still have a couple more days here, and I think we should be all right. We have a bit of cap space. 5 million. That's pretty respectable, I'd say. Good enough. Goaltending. Sorokin is a guy that we're probably not going to be able to sign here. Defensemen, right wingers, left wingers, centers. We need some more depth here, so I think I will. Let's see if we can get him signed here. Bouvillier for 1.175. Got to save as much money as possible. And this guy, I'm going to go 1 year as well. Forsback Carlson. His stats were okay. I mean, not bad. He takes a lot of shots. Numbers aren't too bad there. Not great in the playoffs. Might have to let him go. 24 years old. I'll qualify him. And Andre Case, I could have qualified, I guess, but I'm not gonna. Andre Case, I mean, we could maybe get a draft pick for him, but we kind of just have to let that happen. So Bouvillier did not accept. We will qualify Bouvillier because I do like him a lot, and he could be another penalty killer for us too with Henrique gone. He has been a penalty killer for us in the past, so we'll qualify him. That does not mean we will keep him, but we will qualify him. And our goaltending situation right now, let's see if we can get Sorokin on a great deal. We got to go fair, something realistic, 3.2, 3.25 for 1 year. If that works, that works. If it doesn't, oh well. Do we have any other UFAs or guys that we need to sign here? No. 31 contracts. Let's see, maybe sign a couple more of these guys, depending on our situation, depth. Mike Walsh is a guy I wouldn't mind signing. Linson, I think, was a prospect in the CHL. Do we have anybody else? Eves, our first round pick there. I love how our first round picks are just not as good as the other guys. It's just funny. And yeah, that should be it. So we'll continue. And that should be, that's really all we have to go on right now. So advanced day, we'll go do that and see if we get Sorokin signed. He rejected. That's fine. It was unlikely we were going to be able to come to a deal. We could have came to one earlier, but it wasn't going to be easy. So, yeah, Roland McEwen as well. I did not tender him to a qualifying offer, and because cap space, and I didn't really like his stats from the previous year. So, that's what we got. We got lots of prospects that we've drafted, looking good. Do we have any extra guys? We'll put Bouvillier on the trade block, I guess. We could put some of these guys in the block if we wanted to. If we want cap space. No, I don't really see us moving anybody. We kind of just have to go with what we got. I had an idea to make a trade with Arizona. I will look at that, but I don't think that we'll be able to make too many moves. We're probably just going to have to stand pat here, maybe draft some prospects. We'll see what happens. So goalies, Sorokin, he wants now, closer to $4 million. So good for the team that potentially signs him. Laner there, a couple goalies, so Arizona's interested in Laner. Hope they needed a goalie, so that was kind of my mindset. And there you had a couple of younger forwards, so we might look at that if we want some depth. And we are a cap team, so making a trade's probably more realistic than signing some guys. Young defenseman, Dennis Chalowski, he doesn't look too bad, but I think we're just gonna go. What do we got here? Any extra guys? No one too amazing. We have prospects we can sign. I'd rather do that than sign the guys we have. Some prospects there. Torsten Holmstrom. He was the two-way forward that we could have got. And another guy there with some really good defensive stats. So I think I'll throw an offer at these guys. Maybe one or two of them. Maybe both. Other teams will be interested, so we might as well. It doesn't mean we're going to get them. If we do, then that's good. If not, it just happens. So, do we have anybody else? No, not too many centers. So, yeah, we might as well throw an offer at them. Again, we're always looking for more players. So, we had our eye on Holmstrom at the draft, and then we found another guy, Sidhu, that could be good. 6'6" overall, Earl Wood. You know what? I'll throw an offer at him as well. Why not? You guys would agree with it. Basically, got to act as if they're free agent guys. Kind of. And basically, if they grow, then it's good. So we just got to make sure we keep room for them. That'll be the biggest part. And is there anybody else now with any value that could become on our team? We could use, I think we need forward depth. I think our defensive depth we're just going to have to go with. And goalies, again, we don't really need a goalie. So I think we'll be okay. We can, here, let's look at some two-way deals for a second. Let's see if there's anybody available. Not too many. Again, prospects. I don't see many guys. Hagos. No, I don't. We're good. We're good. We have a lot of offers coming there. The other guys' way. Some prospects players here. Sherwood with a bit of value could potentially grow a bit with his potential. No, I think I'm going to pass on here. There's not really too many guys available that I'm looking at, and there's no one with roles. So those guys will come closer if they're available at the beginning of the season. But we're just probably just going to simulate ahead in a second here. I think that's all we really can do. I'm going to actually quickly double check a couple things, but otherwise, yeah, we will get to some simulating in a moment. All right, guys. So I have a deal in place with the Arizona Coyotes in exchange to acquire Christian Dvorak, who they have a lot of forwards on that team. He didn't really get a lot of playing time last season, only 10 games played. He had some pretty good statistics. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of him, and I just thought, you know what? Because when I was looking at their forward depth earlier on, when I was doing some pre-scouting, and he had a good contract, I thought, you know what, this might be a great guy to acquire. Unfortunately, we can't trade them Sorokin. I would if I could, but it gives them a little bit of cap space to go and acquire a guy like him. You get another center prospect who, 21 years old, could, if he grows, could potentially be an NHL roster player for them. So they get another prospect on top of that, and a third round pick to even out the trade value a bit. I think it's pretty fair. We're giving up a pretty good prospect here in Hargrave. And then we can acquire a good depth player for our future here. So trade value is a bit more in our favor, so I think that makes it a pretty fair deal. So we're going to propose the trade, and apparently Arizona Coyotes fans are going to be cheering in the streets when we announce this deal. I'll take deals like this any day of the week. So that's how John Shaika is feeling about that. I think it's going to be a bit more even, but yeah, I think that Christian Dvorak is going to be a good player for us. I'm going to sim to the next season, and we are going to see. Actually, I might as well try and see if I can sign our players here. So I'll do that quickly. In Forsbacker Carlson and our other guy, Bouvillier, and then we will get on with the simulation. So I've started to advance some days, and we're going to continue to see if we get some of our prospects and players signed. So Sindhu went to Ottawa. I'm looking for a team which has a better mix of players from where I'm from. That's an interesting statement. All right. Wood goes to Toronto, has the same statement. And we get Holmstrom, the guy that we were looking at in the draft. So that's nice. We got some depth for the AHL and a potential pretty good two-way forward for our future. It looks like he could be a penalty killer. That would be nice if he grew. That would maybe he could make the NHL. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Keep on simming here. Will we get Bouvillier? Offer rejected. So I'm trying to get him for 1 year. We may have to leave it because he may not have a great spot. He'll be more on our fourth line. Maybe some penalty kill time or power play time. Injuries are going to happen, but unfortunately, it may not work out for us. I might look to acquire a guy like Brendan Sutter, though, because of his defensive categories, but I'm going to hold off for now. I think I'm going to try and reacquire Bouvillier, but what does Sutter want? He wants, yeah, he's going to want more, so I can't really accept that. I'm going to go with the younger guy. Let's see if we can get him for 1.5. I will take that. And Forsbacker Carlson, I think, should I? Yeah, you know what? I'll try and sign him too. 1.275. I'll try that. If it doesn't sign for either of them, I might just hold out and let their contracts run out, see if we get a draft pick for them, and then we can sign some other guys. But I would like to bring them back, at least Bouvillier for sure. So keep on advancing day here. Will we get Anthony Bouvillier back? And he accepted, and so did Forsbacker Carlson. So we are good. I'm good with our team. We can go and maybe sign some guys later on, but we're just going to let all those two-way contracts, let all the players that are in free agency start lowering their amount of money that they want. And normally there are some pretty good players at the start of the season. So we're going to go sim to the season. I'll get the roster all together, and then we can start in the next episode with the season. Player meetings. So apparently some guys want to talk with us. Might as well look at this. Christian Dvorak, I think I noticed this. Not entirely sure why you got another player with the same role as me. I think that's the dumbest statement I've ever heard from any player. Like, okay, what happens if Crosby goes and says, "I'm not sure why you got another player with the same role as me." Acquires a winger to play with him. Acquires Connor McDavid if they're talking about first line center. It's to improve the team, you dummy. I'm not, and it doesn't mean like it's not like I actually told him, hey, like I acquired this guy. I'm going to use him probably on the penalty kill. Like I don't know. I don't like when players say that in this game. I'm just gonna be demanding from him. I need you to work harder and show who should earn that those extra minutes. And good thing he likes the firm approach because he's gonna have to accept it. I'm trying to improve this team. Some players. Your New York Islanders are now here and ready to start the Year 5 season, and hopefully with cup rings at the end of the road. But anyways, we are going to go and check out the players together. Just before I go into all the line combinations and all that, I didn't actually edit any lines. I haven't done anything yet. I was going to make some signings, but I'm going to check out and see which guys have grown, which guys haven't, and then I'm going to talk to you about what guys what players we might improve and get to sign. And then I'll make those signings, and then I'll simulate a bit up to the very beginning of the season, and then we'll end it off for there. So we got an elite goalie in Cam Talbot. He is still very much a great goalie, 34 years old. I'm happy with him. Samuel Montembeault, I noticed that he was probably ready to be a backup. Seemed to have some decent stats in the AHL, so you know what, might as well run with our young guy that we signed the year before, right? 24 years old, doesn't look too bad, so we'll have him as our backup for the season. A 69 overall Sean Exoby can be our starting goaltender or our backup goaltender in the AHL, so we might have to sign another goalie anyways. Defensemen, we have quite a few guys. We got Kavanagh, low elite. Could look to improve those puck moving categories and maybe make that shot a bit harder, but skating's there, physicality's there, defensive awareness and offensive awareness are there. He could look like a very good prospect down the road here for us. That's looking really good. And then we got Brodin, Falk, Fabro's now an 84 overall. He's more of a defensive defenseman, has some offensive awareness there. Still looking for him to improve the shot and the puck moving categories. I really need those to get up there. But and then Nick Leddy, he has dropped off a bit. Not sure where. Probably strength category, I guess. But I'm pretty sure it was an 85, or maybe just morale or something. But we still got him around. Brendan Carlo, we still got him as well. Looks like he dropped actually, so we may need to watch out for that. His skating actually moved down, so I don't want that to happen. Kavanagh and Weatherspoon are our guys here in the NHL, and then a depth defenseman in Devin Toms, who actually looked pretty well in his debuts when we had a bunch of injuries last year. Right wingers, we got Svechnikov, 87 overall. He is a stud. 4 years at $5.5 million right there. So that's a great deal that we got him on. Jordan Eberle, now 84 overall. We still got him for another year. He'll be a pending UFA. And then we got Josh Hosang. We held on to Bellows, so it was kind of my mindset that, you know what, Hosang actually did have pretty good numbers when he considered plus minus. He was a plus when we had a lot of minus players. Tavares was a minus, and Hosang stayed a plus. So pretty interesting to see. And he could have, I guess, a breakout year just like Bellows did. We just got to give him a bit more opportunity, and I think he may come around. And then Josh Bailey, Kiefer Bellows, and Panarin. I didn't actually mention this, but we signed Kiefer Bellows to a 1 year, $3.875. I wanted to give him as cheap as possible, so I went with 1 year. And then centerman, oh my goodness, Casey Middlestat, first line forward. Offensive awareness still only at 86, but his general statistics are looking really good, defensively and physicality. I mean, both statistics are both doing really well. So we got a great core here in the center position. Josh Norris looking great as well. He'll probably be a penalty killer for us as well. Physicality's up there. Christian Dvorak, our new fourth line centerman. Potentially some penalty kill time for him. Same thing with Bouvillier. I think he's a pretty similar player. And then Forsback Carlson. So we got our forward core all set up. We got all of our forwards looking good. Forwards now in the AHL. Yeah, we're going to need to sign a couple guys. No one really grew a ton, yeah, but you look at the defensive awareness there and the defensive stats of Torsten Holmstrom. He could be a good guy for us. Richard Pavlik, he looks like he's a good pick. And then we got Malgin and Bitten. And then Eli as well for our NHL, AHL depth. So looks pretty decent. I think we're going to make a couple more moves here. We can move down some defensemen, release the one there, and then I think we'll leave that to be the way it is. We may need to move one of our defensemen. I think within the next year or the next bit, I think the guys we're going to end up moving are going to be Leddy and Carlo potentially. Just because Leddy's cap and contract, I think he has 1 more year as well. And then we have Carlo, who, I mean, a bit of contract. He's a top 4 defenseman. I want to have a defensive defenseman, but I don't like his speed. It needs to be a bit quicker. Remember, the game is in real life, and I think in video games, I think the speed, you got to be at least 85 for speed for me in all skating. So, especially on defense. So we may need to look at acquiring more defense. But we were in a bit of a cap crunch, so at least we got the kind of moves that we needed to make. Free agents, I will go sign some guys now, and then we should be good. Okay, so I went to the beginning of the season, and we finished up so we did get the preseason done. This is what our lineup's looking like with the best lines. We do not have any long, sustainable injuries that we have to worry about. We have Casey Middlestat, who's a bit shaken up, but we should be all right by the beginning of the season. We have this is our best lines right now, so I haven't changed anything. You guys can chime in on what you think we should do with line changes. I have acquired our depth AH/AHL players, and this is basically what we are looking like just on paper. So there's our defense there. Goalies, you got Talbot and Montembeault. And then scratched, I do not have any guys scratched right now. I decided because of waivers, I just went to the AHL. We're going best lines. Actually, then we reset to defaults. So you see, I signed another guy. What was his name? Kalpa. And then, so basically, he's going to be in our lineup. But I have prospects playing right now. So Weatherspoon will probably end up getting called up once injuries start. And we may have to end up going for a depth defenseman and then trade one of either Carlo, Kavanagh, or Weatherspoon. So most likely candidate being Weatherspoon. We'll have to see how they play. But yeah, we'll have to make some adjustments during the season, I'm sure. But this is what our AHL team is looking like for now. I made sure all of our prospects are playing so far. Anybody with value or overall, Kalpa will get in again once injuries start happening and such. So we should be all right. Our forward core is looking very nice. In the AHL, I wanted to make sure that we got a solid netminder in there as well. So we got Callum Booth. He'll be our starter, and then Exelby will get the extra amount of games. So that's how it's going to look like. So there's our team for now. There's our team for the start of the season. I actually, because of the waivers, I just wanted to make sure I made all those moves straight away first. And we can sim to the beginning of the season. Once again, best lines in the NHL for Casey Middlestat. He's healthy, even though he was already playing. But yeah, it looks like we are all ready to start off the Year 5 season with your New York Islanders. So, guys, if you guys are hyped for the next episode, make sure you hit that like button and show your support. It is greatly appreciated. Make sure you are subscribed and you hit that notification bell. I don't normally say that. I haven't said it for a while at least. But that way you guys will get all the updates on when we upload our next videos. And that should be soon. I'm hoping it's going to get exciting with this team. I'm hoping that we can go on another deep playoff run, this time even deeper, and win the Stanley Cup. That's the end goal. So once again, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. 1, 2, 3, let's go.